great story is quiet, but it carries a weight. Sometimes the most powerful stories are the ones that ask you to question what you see and why you believe it. This is a story passed down to me, carefully, almost in whispers, about my Uncle Raul and what he saw the day the bullet missed. Raul wasn't a man who asked questions. He believed in order, in protocol, in flags that flew high and never looked weathered. He served on the Presidential Logistic Corps, not quite a soldier, not quite an aide, somewhere in between. A silent shadow, moving where he was told, fixing what needed fixing. He always wore pressed shirts, his boots were shined, and he never let anyone see his hands shake. Because in our country, back then, even the appearance of doubt was dangerous. Our leader, always capitalized, was nearing the end of his 7th year in power. The economy had faltered. The streets were quieter than they should have been. Too many young men were volunteering for distant outposts. And still, every broadcast spoke of unity, of legacy, of destiny. Our leader's voice was everywhere, on radios, screens, posters. But in the silence between announcements, you could hear something else. A tension, a waiting, a sense that something had to happen. And then it did. The headlines arrived just before dawn. Assassination attempt on our leader survives miraculously. Divine protection. The bullet that missed. A nation united against terror. The footage was immediate. Our leader stepping out of a black armored car. A flash. A population. Chaos. Bodyguards rushing. A young man tackled to the ground. But our leader, unharmed, unshaken. He even raised a hand as he was escorted away. The gesture of a survivor. Raul was there that day. He was 10 steps away from the platform. And the night after, he came to our house shaking. Not from fear, but from something colder. Something like betrayal. He told me quietly, after everyone else had gone to bed. The shot was staged, he said. The shooter. I'd seen him before. In the staff quarters. He's one of ours. I froze. He continued, his voice low. I was on the rotation team. I packed the motorcade route. I saw the security file. There was no breach. It was planned. I didn't want to believe him. But then the signs came. Billboards went up overnight. Survivor, servant, savior. Schools canceled lessons to host unity parades. Every store displayed the new commemorative posters. A silhouette of our leader, hand raised against a red, white, and blue backdrop. People cried on camera. They brought flowers to the Capitol. They clapped until their hands were raw. Not for a life lost, but for a life spared. Raul was assigned special leave shortly after. No explanation. 2 weeks later, we got word that he had taken his own life. The note said only, "The theater is too loud, and I am not allowed backstage." I kept quiet for years, but I watched. The nation changed. Fear was polished into ceremony. Doubt became became disloyalty. Our leader's approval rose. People who had whispered complaints now screamed his praise. And the story, the miraculous survival, was repeated so often it became untouchable. But I remember Raul. I remember his voice. I remember that he never shook until that day. And I remember what he said. The most powerful kind of bullet is the one that never leaves the chamber, but makes everyone believe it did. So, dear listener, tonight's story isn't about violence. It's about spectacle. It's about the price of applause, and the way a desperate leader facing silence might conjure chaos just to hear cheers again. Let that sit with you. Let your breath slow. Let your thoughts drift not into fear, but into clarity. Because sometimes the story we're told is the most dangerous weapon of all. Good night.